Well, good morning, everyone, and we welcome you to Blues Game Day Live. Alongside Joe Vitale, I am Darren Pang. Tonight, it's the Columbus Blue Jackets, and it's Hockey Fights Cancer. It's always a special night. What the NHL has done has been incredible, and I know that I know that we all think about someone that we've lost or someone that's gone through cancer, a terrible disease, and I think a night like tonight brings a lot of people together as well in a tough spot.
Yeah, I think it does, Darren. Speaking to Eddie Olchuk a couple weeks ago, and he's someone that just comes to mind when you think about this night. Everyone has touched cancer at some point in their lives, whether directly through a friend or a family member. A lot of purple in the building tonight. It's going to be an emotional one. One of my favorite traditions in all of hockey is when they salute, the soldiers or the cancer. Everyone in the whole building stands up, and all the players on their feet banging their sticks. I'm looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, me too. And Eddie Olchuk, by the way, is the Hockey Fights Cancer ambassador for the National Hockey League, and a great representative for what he did to battle through it, and with so much integrity and so much honor during a tough time. So we thank Eddie Olchuk for what he's doing and representing. The game tonight, we've just saw the Minnesota Wild. Kind of a gritty, tough game. I mean, a 2-1 hockey game. The first game without Vladdy Tarasenko, and now tonight will be game number 2. He'll be out, of course, for 5 months before reevaluation, and I think there's going to be a time here where we're going to have to move forward beyond that. So let's go back a little bit. Sammy Blais moves up there. Kind of a natural. Vladdy, a left-hand shot, plays the right side. Sammy Blais, a natural winger, although he's a left winger. He went over to the right side. Looked pretty comfortable over there.
I thought he was great. Braden Shen talked about him in the locker room before the game. Panger, Curbs.
No, his voice is a lot deeper.
I'm around Curbs a lot.
Yeah, you are.
It's too much.
Well, I just saw him here. Peeked his head up there, and he scared the daylights out of me with that thundering voice.
No, I saw Braden Shen in the morning, and he said Sammy Blais is gonna add a physical flair to this line. I love the way he said physical flair.
Yep.
And
is that like Ric Flair?
I don't know. Maybe he had wrestling on his mind. The WWF was here.
There was
the WWE now.
It's whatever.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of guys in like tight unis that jump around and hit each other like bang like that.
Sounds like us on the road.
Kind of.
I thought Sammy did a great job there. I think as far as puck possession, I think that's one of his greatest gifts. We talked about this, Darren, but alongside David Perron, I think he puck possesses maybe stronger than any player on this team. He gets his body between the puck and the defender, and he holds on. And you see defenders like first Minnesota. You saw Suter trying to get in there. Greenway was working on him in the corner. He couldn't get to the puck, and I think with his ability to hold on to the pucks, and he has patience, he's got the confidence, obviously, for how he started the season. I think those two things together is why he's going to complement this top line so well. And how about that goal? My goodness, coming down the off wing right there. He's looking past and out of nowhere. I mean, goalies, I can't imagine goalies like that when a player's looking past and all of a sudden a quick little shot to a sneaky little corner right there.
Yeah, and a different shooter than Vladdy. Vladdy's blade and the way he shoots it, he rolls that puck off his blade. I think one thing that you notice from Sammy Blais, and that's why it fools the goaltender. I think Devin Dubnyk got fooled by it as well. He rolled his wrists over, his curve's a little bit more on the toe side of the curve. He's used that Joe Sakic pattern since he was a kid. How many players grew up using either the Sakic or the Yzerman Easton pattern from a long time ago?
Donald.
The same thing. And anyway, he's talked a little bit about that. So the way he rolls it, it's deceptive for a goaltender, and that's what's going to make him a tricky goal scorer, playing so many minutes and getting so much offensive zone candy as well. The other part is, I mean, the head coach Craig Berube loves the players to hold on to pucks. Like, I've not seen a coach in the last maybe 10 or 12 years encourage his players to hold on like Chief does. Chief does not want a wasted shot from the corner to get the goalie feeling good about himself. And I think that plays well into David Perron, Sammy Blais, the players that can hold on to it. They don't want it forever. Give and goes are good, but he's not afraid to carry it and lug it a little bit.
No, it is. You're right, Darren. It's like the Todd McClellan in San Jose. That was a team, and that was an identity that they just pumped shots in the net. And it's kind of a copycat league, and every GM and coach was like, we got to get more shots. We got to be like the San Jose Sharks.
Funnel.
We got to get 50-plus shots a night. I mean, we'll get more goals and more shots. It makes sense. But, Craig Berube addresses that. He says, we don't want 40 shots. I'd rather have 20 really good shots than 40 just average shots. When you shoot from the outside around the hash marks just to shoot it, you give the goaltender an opportunity to smother, get a whistle. It kind of kills the momentum. So he'd rather guys at times hold on to the pucks, possess like Sammy Blais and David Perron, like you just said, and hang on to it. Look for maybe, instead of a grade C chance, maybe a grade B.
So when you're evaluating and you're an analytics or math guy, which I am certainly not, I'm an observer of the game.
But your breakdown of the blade for Sammy, I mean, I'm still hung up on that.
Thanks, big guy.
That was a fine breakdown.
But when you talk about chances, shots on goal versus just ozone possession time, That's the one thing to look at when you're looking for the Blues. How much time in the offensive zone did they spend? How many times did they get it down low and punt it back to the points? How many times did they generate another line change in the offensive zone from one line to another line for sustained pressure? I mean, that's been their key. Okay, so we got the line combinations look like they're going to be the same. It's an optional practice. They were out here yesterday. And, of course, David Perron and Ryan O'Reilly, they are incredible together. They're out on the ice for about 30 minutes before everybody. They're working around one-timers, practicing. And David Perron, what did he have the last game? 7 shots on goal. He's got 3 game-winning goals right now. And he's sitting on 299 helpers. So that takes care of itself right there. What about Columbus right now? They're coming off 2 losses that they're not happy about.
No, I think you look at the last game. I watched the first period. Korpisalo got yanked. I think he had 12 shots, allowed 3 or 4 goals right off the bat. Struggling defensively, and Darren, they got a couple guys out of the lineup. A quick team, fast team, not quite as fast as Montreal, but the same kind of identity. I think that the John Tortorella, he really relies on the depth of his forwards. He's got some great D that moved very well. Seth Jones, Werenski signed that new contract back there. Mobile defensemen get up in the rush. They're having some goaltender issues right now. I believe it's going to be Big Elvis possibly in the net tonight. And when you're
Could you say his last name?
Elvis
Merzlikins?
It's not Presley. Well, the only Elvis I know is Presley.
You don't even know who Elvis Presley is.
That's not true.
Seriously.
All shook up?
Okay, you do know who Elvis Presley is. Okay, good for you. But
Latvian-born
goaltender. What did he do? He allowed 7 goals against Pitt in his debut, but it's their team save percentage, too, that's obviously you lose a Bobrovsky more than anybody else, and that's been the signature of their hockey club is the big saves when needed. And so that's an area that maybe the Blues can take advantage of that part of it because they got some tricky forwards. Dubois got 5 goals. Atkinson last year with 41 goals. So far, he's got 3 this year, but they've got some players that can put the puck in the net as well.
Well, and I think that, there's a couple of coaches in this league that are just like sheer motivators. I think Craig Berube can be that. We saw before Game 7 last year what he was like. Did. John Tortorella is the same way. Yep. He's got his team on the ropes, lost 2 in a row, bad losses too. They're coming in
looking
this
for
building.
Urgency. He said capital. Capital letters he wants in that urgency.
All caps?
Yeah, all caps.
Bam.
Yeah, nothing lowercase. He's a Stanley Cup winner in 2004. Craig Berube's the defending Stanley Cup champion of 2019. Should be a great battle. I'm looking forward to tonight. 7 o'clock start on the radio side. ESPN Radio, of course, ESPN 101, and, of course, Fox Sports Midwest. John Kelly and I have the call pregame shows on both, starting at 6:30. It is hockey, fights, cancer. Bring your emotions on your sleeve. You can cry a little bit, do whatever. You can get some hope coming here tonight. And it's a Friday night before the Blues embark on a decent road trip where we head up to Minnesota and then Western Canada. We're looking forward to that. So hope you enjoy your day. One day after Halloween. You dressed up nicely, too.
Thank you.
See you combed your hair with a gym bag. For Joe Vitale, I'm Darren Pang. Have a great day, everybody.